Hello and welcome to another video. In this particular video, I want to talk about our spiritual experiences real. Now, this is something that is highly debatable, and one can never really come to a conclusion whether these experiences are real or not. But there is a way. There is a way to somehow deal with your frequency when you are in that state of spiritual experience, but this is not really considered by a lot of scientists, or we certainly do not teach these things in the science textbooks that we give out to our children. So, of course, there is some truth to looking at your brain scans to see and measure what kind of state you are in, and that can be a measurement of whether these things are real or not. But see, at the end, if you really ask, these are very subjective feelings and subjective experiences. They are kind of hallucinations, and so one can never really know what is real and what is not real. Now, some of you might have heard about what is called the dream of clarity, wherein you are in a dream and you are perfectly awake in the dream. Only when you wake up from this dream that you are dreaming in the night and you are asleep, only then do you realize that that dream was not real. And so you can never really say what is real or what is not real. This is an argument that goes on since centuries, and one of the greatest philosophers who talked about what is real and what is not real was Adi Shankaracharya, and he based this, of course, on previous teachings of Indian philosophers who had, after a spiritual experience, certainly said that the world is not real, that what you see, what you interact with, and what you call life is really not real, and it is almost illusory. It is it is like a reflection on the lake of a moon or something. Or you can take an example by saying, by looking at a rope in a dark alley and thinking that that is a snake, and then being afraid of it. But then when you know for certain that it is a rope, your ignorance is removed and the veil is somehow removed, and you realize that all your emotions that arose from the belief that the rope is a snake suddenly vanishes. And so this spiritual experience or enlightenment is supposed to give you that certainty that life is unreal. And so, can you measure this unreality? Can you measure this spiritual experience if that is real? You cannot measure anything and say what is real or what is not. There are certain laws that govern this waking life, and also there are certain laws that govern our dreaming life. There are, of course, certain things that you do not dare to desire, There are certain things that you dare to desire, and you know what you desire can really not come into fruition until and unless you obey the laws, until and unless you have the resources to pursue this desire. And so, the spiritual experience that you may have is also a part of illusion. The spiritual experience that you may have when you are doing a certain spiritual practice or praying to certain god or being in a synagogue or a mosque or a temple and feeling this devotion is also an illusion and part of life that you are meant to experience. If you pursue experiences, there is a shortcut to experiences. You can certainly take a drug, a pill, and become enlightened for sure. And there are a lot of people who go through such a path, and they certainly do feel that the world is an illusion. They feel this spiritual experience. Of course, that also comes at a cost that they are ready to pay. But how can you really say that this waking life where you are awake and sober is real? Also, of course, it is mundane. It seems mundane and seems bizarre or normal to you right now. But this mundaneness does not certainly mean that it is real. So, what is real and what is unreal? I think that was a question that is asked by a lot of philosophers, and of course, a lot of them have different views. But a remarking coincidence happens when you look at certain Greek philosophers and you look at certain Indian philosophers, Aristotle or even Plato, or all of these Greek scientists or philosophers who dealt with these questions deeply, and they came to conclusions that are remarkably coincidental, whether it be about free will, whether it be about the reality or unreality of this world, they all agree somehow to this notion that life that you experience may be illusory, and they do not rule it out, certainly, like most of us do. We do this when we are under the influence of Maya or ignorance. We think that the rope is a snake. For example, when we think that the world is real, we go on experiencing those things as if the world is real. But if we recognize that the world is not real, so to speak, or, or if we simply be aware of everything that is happening in this life, like being aware of the screen on a movie or a movie on the screen, being aware that the movie is being projected upon this screen, you will certainly glimpse the unreality of this world. So, thank you for watching this video. The most basic questions that we have do not really have an answer, and it is up to us to seek answers in this life with curiosity and dedication. And moving forward, Because whatever we have to achieve certain answers to this world, to this universe, to this life. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and click on the like button down below. Thank you. Bye bye.